How things are going. Today is Thursday, and as you know, we generally meet every night 9:30 IST. And thank you for joining today. So let me start with a statement that may sound uncomfortable. Most IT cost optimization decisions don't fail immediately. They fail quietly and then loudly months later. And by the time they fail, the conversation is no longer about the cost. So it's about accountability. Today, most almost every CIO or IT manager I speak with is under pressure to optimize, not innovate, not expand, but optimize. Budgets are flat, expectations are higher, downtime tolerance is close to zero. Yet, the tool we use to cut costs have not evolved at the same pace as the risk we carry. That is what I wanted to talk about today. Not how to cut IT cost, but how to optimize without creating invisible business risk. So let's be honest. When cost pressure hits, most IT leaders instinctively look at license renewal cost, support contract cost, backup or DR scope cost, infrastructure refresh delays, vendor consolidation, or so on paper these are easy wins, right? They show saving quickly and they are measurable and defendable. They are definitively initial initially, right? So, but here is the problem. Most cut cost cutting framework focus on expense visibility, not risk visibility. And risk doesn't show up on a spreadsheet or on paper. It show up at midnight during an incident with business user calling before your team even logs in. So let me ask you something. When you remove or reduce a cost, do you explicitly document the new risk you are introduced? Most organizations don't. They approve the saving, they move on. But every removed support contract, downgraded SLA, or delay upgrade creates longer recovery time, more manual dependencies, higher escalation pressure, vendor response uncertainty, and there are risks. And these are the risk multiplier, not just technical details. The blind spot is not about technical capabilities, it's risk accumulation over time. A small decision compounded sometime and it creates lots of issues. Let me share a real scenario, but very common. A mid-sized enterprise with around 1,200 to 1,300 users decided to optimize infrastructure spend. So what they did three things: reduce premium support on storage, deferred hardware refresh by 18 months, and reduced TR testing frequency. Net saving 18 to 20% annually. That is massive. Nothing broke immediately after that. But after 6 months later, a storage controller failure occurred. What followed? Vendor response took 4 to 8 hours, from 4 to extra 8 hours. Internal team lacked recent recovery drills. Application dependencies were not fully mapped. Total downtime more than 12 hours. Now, let me look beyond IT, business impact. missed transaction, SLA penalties, senior management escalations, board level questioning. And suddenly the question was not why are IT costs high? It becomes why was this risk acceptable? That is a very different conversation that time. So there is this is where I want to reframe the discussion. Cost optimization is not a financial exercise, it's a risk management exercise. The smartest CIO, IT managers, or IT heads don't ask how much can I save. They ask what failure can the business afford and what can it's absolutely not. This changes everything. Why? Because instead of cutting evenly, they protect asymmetrically. They protect uptime critical components, recovery paths, identity and access layer, backup integrity, vendor response guarantees, and they optimize redundancy access, shadow infrastructure, underutilized licenses, poorly governed tools, right? Before approving any cost reduction, I recommend every IT leaders ask these four questions and document the answers. First question: does this directly protect uptime or recovery time? If yes, cutting it does not reduce spend, it transfer risk. Second question: is this a fixed cost or risk scale cost? Some costs stay constant, some explode during failure. Third question: what is the blast radius? If that fails at the worst possible time, peak business hours, regulatory reporting day, quarter ends, month ends, then fourth, the last one, is this saving tactical but the risk strategic? If the risk outlives the saving, it is not optimization. This framework alone change how leadership conversation happen. One of the biggest challenges CIOs face is not technology. It's explaining IT trade-off in business language. When you frame costs decision as we saved X lakh, you invite security later. So we save X lakhs, you invite scrutiny later, right? When you frame them as we accept the risk intentionally with migration, you build trust. So strong IT leaders don't avoid risk, they own it transparently. That is what board respect. Let me leave you with this question. The most expensive IT decision is one that looks cheap today but explode tomorrow. So optimization done right, reduce waste, preserve resilience, protect credibility. Automation done wrong when save budget, spend trust, cost carriers. My recommendation: don't cut blindly, cut deliberately, and always document the risk you keep. So, love to know, have you ever seen a small IT saving turn into major operational issue? If yes, you don't need to comment publicly. Even reflecting internally is valuable. And if you can comment, it will be very valuable for us because your comment, your experience will really matter a lot to all of the viewers who is watching this video or who will watch this video when it's live on LinkedIn and YouTube. If you think this topic is really one of the knowledge knowledge sharing topic, then please share with your colleague, your juniors, your friends, so that they can also get benefit of this. And as I said, commenting on this with your experience will really help my viewers or whoever is working as a CIO or IT manager or system administrator. So, with this message, I will come again tomorrow, same time, and will wait for your presence live. Thanks again. Good night.